everybody, John the Other here. Now, I put a video up earlier today which had technical glitches with the sound, and I was just going to re-upload it with the sound fixed. And during my editing of, and re-uploading, I found a bunch of other stuff. I did include in my original video a clip supplied to me in the comments thread to my last video by a guy named Brown Bear, or 59 Brown Bear, which was a clip purporting to be of the alleged rapes that happened in Cologne and in a bunch of other European cities. So we see here a blonde woman in a very closely pressed mob of, brown-skinned people being groped quite heavily and clearly not enjoying it. But this is one woman in a closely packed mob. It's not the same as an army of rapists. I'm sorry. It turns out that's not the case. There's a clip, and I'll put it in this video too, of a woman being molested in a very closely packed mob. It happened in Tahrir Square, Egypt, many years previously, totally unconnected with the ongoing immigration refugee crisis in Europe and other countries. So we have to be sharply aware that there's a political narrative being pushed in the media which doesn't correspond to reality. Now, there certainly are problems. This massive influx of immigrants into Western European nations creates a huge upheaval economically, socially, criminally, and so on. And I am in no way downplaying the seriousness of that problem. However, what is not happening, at least what there is no actual evidence for, is that there are organized mobs of rape bandits or a Muslim rape army or any such fantasy terror idea. That's just not happening. Now, aside from the clip of a woman being molested in Tahrir Square, Egypt many years previously, I also found a clip of a semi-riot in Berlin, and this is in fact 2016 New Year's Eve.
Straße, Ecke Emserstraße. Hier geht viel ab. Alles normal, Standard. Warum gehen die denn alle so ab? Keine Ahnung.
This is a group of young guys now in Germany, in a highly organized, highly westernized European nation, displaying their exuberance and their excitement in a way that would have been appropriate in the country that they came from, but doesn't work in Germany, and that's by shooting fireworks wildly into moving traffic and shooting handguns into the air in a residential neighborhood or a commercial neighborhood. Now that's really a problem. That's very bad behavior. It's extremely dangerous, and it doesn't work in Germany. These guys, though, aren't from Germany and aren't acculturated. Now, I'm not excusing their behavior, but I am giving some context. This isn't a rape army. This is a bunch of people out of their culture, not understanding, in a sense of personal psychological dysphoria, doing what they think is normal in a moment of exuberant celebration, but which in Germany just doesn't work. It is a problem, but it's not a rape army. And we've got to not get sucked into this fear-mongering narrative that is being sold to us of this ridiculous, over-the-top, frothy with a whipped cream cherry of terror on top of it story, which is being fed to us. It's being culturated. It's being cultivated by a whole bunch of different sources across the media, left and right combined. And it's kind of the perfect storm of ideology. We've got the idea of the Islamic invasion army coming to supplant our social values and displace us, and criminals and, refugees and crime and poverty and the drain on the tax system and so on, coupled with the repeated fear of rape culture and white women under threat. Oh, it's very frightening. It's terrifying. This is why the feminist narrative of rape culture continues to be used, is because we find that abhorrent. But what's happening isn't the political narrative that we're being sold. It's a bunch of more complex things happening. Certainly there are problems, but don't get sucked into the terror. Don't get fooled. Don't get into this absurd clown-ass ideology of an organized Muslim rape army. That's not what's going on. And if we can all just take a breath, everything's gonna be okay. All right? Thanks for watching and have a lovely day.